Just before we get started with the video, could I ask you to please remember to like either before or after the video, because it really helps me out and it lets me know that you guys care. Aside from that, enjoy these tips. Hopefully you can take away something from this video. What's up, guys? This is OmegaLiar. My cold is gone. My new schedule has finally started. Today is the first day of what's going to be my 5 days a week upload schedule. And I'm bringing you a gameplay here using the Chicom or Chicom, depends on who you are, it's whatever you're going to call it. And I'm using the as I like to call it, Chicom actually, with the silencer, the fast max attachment, and this is a hardpoint gameplay. I actually got playing with a bunch of friends online. I was playing with Successful Fails, Jimmy Jigsaw, and I can't remember the others. No, but but I was playing with a lot of people, and it was a pretty good gameplay. I go 22-1. We actually end up having the other team quit out on us, but that's besides the point. I'm just here to talk about the Chicom itself. And this is the tips and tricks commentary. So the first things first, it's about the handling characteristics of the Chicom. Basically, it's one of the most interesting guns in the game for the sole purpose that it has a 3-round burst, but it's a submachine gun. And this actually basically means a lot of different things. The first of which is its fire rate. The max fire rate you can get without rapid fire is 1,080 rounds per minute. And that's pretty good, but that also assumes that you fire it perfectly. So for most people, the fire rate's actually going to be more or less 950 to 1,000. That extra one is going to be a little bit more rare. So generally speaking, it's about a 1,000 round per minute gun, but its recoil is virtually non-existent. It really is hard to notice, and only at extreme distances will you actually see the gun recoiling upward. So the recoil is only a little bit upwards, and if you add on rapid fire, which I won't recommend, and I'll tell you why in a sec, then that will increase slightly. But for the most part, this gun basically has no recoil, so the grip attachment is not necessary. Now, you should know that this gun is very, very good at close range for people who have the trigger finger for it, and it's very, very good at medium range for people who have the accuracy for it. I would go ahead and say that with the MSMC, this gun is the best submachine gun at long range, excluding the Peacekeeper, which I actually consider an assault rifle, not a submachine gun. So it's very, very versatile. It's kind of like an assault rifle, but not really because of the way the 3-round burst works. But it really is an interesting gun. If you can learn how to use it, it is one of the most powerful in the game. The only submachine gun that actually kills faster than the Chicom, or Chicom, whatever, is the Scorpion, which fires 1,200 rounds per minute with the same 4-shot kill that the Chicom has. So, for the most part, you're not going to get outgunned if you can be accurate enough, and that's pretty cool. Now, you're probably wondering, what are the best attachments to run? Because if you have a gun with such a fire rate like the Chicom, then you would probably assume straight off the bat that select fire is a great attachment. It'll make it fire really fast, right? But actually, that's not true. As it turns out, with the Chicom, the select fire attachment reduces the maximum fire rate, and actually makes it fire only at 900 rounds per minute, which puts it exactly on par with the MP7 and the Vector. And considering the recoil that it gets with that, it's basically no different than a Vector whatsoever. So the select fire attachment is kind of useless if you're going to use it on the Chicom. And then more of you might be thinking, well, yeah, if you use rapid fire, you can probably fire really, really fast. But again, rapid fire, the penalty that you get, which is about a 60% penalty to your range, is just far too much to justify the use of. And it really does hurt the gun more than it helps it. On top of that, it makes the burst very quick, but it gets to the point where those 3 bullets come out so fast that burst firing it isn't going to be maximum potential. It's hard to burst fire it that fast, and this is a huge waste of the AGR, by the way. It's not going to fire that fast, so there's no difference in using rapid fire from regular fire. So I would give the select fire attachment and the rapid fire attachment a miss on this gun. They're just not worth it. Now, the way I usually go is with the silencer, extended mags, and laser sight, or some variation of those 3. Personally, I find that the iron sights are very good. They're almost exactly the same as the FMG9 from Modern Warfare 3. They're fairly open. nice and clear in my opinion. However, if you're not a fan of the iron sights on this gun, the red dot is actually a great attachment, simply because this gun can be used at range, and it will definitely improve your long range accuracy if you're using the red dot sight. You'll see exactly where your bursts are going, and you'll be able to figure out, I guess, where to fire if you're missing. It can just help you out in general, but personally, I don't use it like that. For me, the Chicom is essentially a very, very powerful run-and-gun weapon. As you can see throughout this, I'm not really using it to its mid-range potential. I'm trying to get close gunfights, because I know I can fire just fast enough to pick up those close-range kills and get the maximum potential from this gun. So that's the way I use it, and that's another reason I use fast mag. As it turns out, the Chicom actually has one of the fastest reloads out of any submachine gun. It's up there with the Scorpion, so fast mags isn't really necessary unless you're playing it the way I'm playing it here, which is run around, get close range kills. Team actually quits out, but I think more people join in soon. Yeah, so that's the basis of how I use the Chicom. But then again, you have to think about the perks that you're going to run with it to really complement it. And in my opinion, because of how fast this gun shoots, Scavenger is necessary. Toughness is great, and you can use Scavenger and Toughness, but personally I think Scavenger has to take priority over Toughness. Because, again, it is a submachine gun, so you're not going to be doing those long-range gunfights where Toughness really has its benefit. It's going to be mostly close-range stuff. So, Scavenger is just a really good perk for this, and that would be my recommendation there. As far as first-tier perks go, the regular rushing perks, you can do Flak Jacket, Ghost, Hardline, whatever. And the last tier perks, I think Dexterity again. Because yes, submachine guns do pull up faster than the other weapons, I think tied with the pistols, but you always want whatever jump you can get. Now, as it turns out, a lot of people try to use quick draw on guns like the Chicom, but I think in the long run, that's really just not worth it, and you don't get really any benefits from that whatsoever. So in conclusion, I think silencer and fast mags and laser sight are the way to go with this gun, and you can probably find a lot of success in that way. But anyway, if you enjoyed these tips, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next commentary. As always, thank you for watching.